morning, Standard 8. Today, let us start the chapter Friction. In our daily life, it is more and more helpful to us. How it is helpful to us? Just you see, I am holding this glass. How should I hold this glass? I have applied force, but in spite of that, some force is there which makes balance it and I am able to hold the glass. Just see pen. I am applying force to this pen and pen starts moving. It stops. I have not applied force. In spite of that, it stops. I have taken one marble as you are seeing and I am applying force to this marble and just you see that it moves and it stops by itself. How should it stop? I have not applied force to this, but in spite of that it has stopped. Who helps it to stop? When we used to walk, who helps us to walk? We apply force, but then also some force is there. So the force which helps us to walk, or you can say, when you apply force to football, kick football, it moves to up to certain distance and it stops. So the force which opposes the motion of the body is frictional force. You rub your both the palm and you will find that heat is produced. Who produces heat? Friction. You hear even some sound over here. Who produces sound? Friction. So you will find that the force which opposes the motion of the body is known as frictional force. Which resists the motion of the body is known as frictional force. So here I am showing you here. See here, just I have shown. I have taken one ball. We have applied force to this ball and this ball will move to certain distance and it will stop. How it will stop? Some force is acting opposite to the direction of motion of the body is known as frictional force. So anywhere it is acting opposite to the direction of the body. We are walking in front direction and frictional force is acting opposite to this. Both the force get balanced and we able to walk easily. Then what causes this friction? From where it will come? It depends upon nature of surfaces. Friction is a type of contact force. When two surfaces comes in contact, friction comes into play. So first I will explain you what is the nature of surface. Nature of surface is of two types, rough surface, smooth surface. Rough surface, you see it is just little bit like this. The surface which is raised high is known as bumps or hills. The surface which is downwards raised below, it is just below, so it is known as holes or valleys. So rough surface is having bumps and holes or hills and valleys, but the surface which have more number of bumps and holes is known as rough surface. For example, sandpaper or our floor. Smooth surface, just you see, it has very less number of bumps and holes. So the surface which have very less quantity of bumps and holes is known as smooth surface. What causes the frictions? I have taken two objects, object 1 and object 2. Object 1 is also have a rough surface, object 2 have a rough surface. When both the surface comes in contact with each other, just I am showing you my hand. This is above, that is raised high, hills, this is below, that is valleys. So if this type of surface, this is also rough surface, when both comes in contact, the bumps and holes interlock each other. Just you see, if this is rough surface, this is also, when this comes in contact, the bumps and holes interlock each other and opposes the motion of the body. So when it opposes the motion of the body, frictional force is produced and body stops. So it depends upon nature of surfaces. For example, when we walk on floor, you can easily walk. But walk on tiles, you will get problem. Why you will get problem? So here I am showing you. Nature of surface is rough. That means more bumps and holes, friction increases. If friction increases, just you see, to remove both the body, this is body 1, this is body 2. To remove both the body, we have to apply more force to overcome the interlocking. So where there is more force is applied to overcome the interlocking, that means friction is more and that surface is rough surface. If take the smooth surface, for example this surface, when I just move my hands on this, I can easily move it because the bumps and holes of this surface and my hand interlocking is very less. This is smooth surface. So friction decreases in smooth surface and there is less friction. How we measure this? To overcome the interlocking, if more force is required, that means friction is more, and to overcome the interlocking, less force is required, that means friction is less. So if surface is rough, friction is more. If surface is smooth, friction is less. Okay.